Hi everyone, it's me, Thomas Lockwood. Now, I'd like to point out some things here. Number one, yes, I'm using Cockatrice. It's cheaper, it doesn't glitch out when someone does something strange, and more importantly, it's nicer, because I can customize it to whatever I want for free. Not that I have unlimited stock, but it's free to modify. But because the main server has gone down, I can't use my real name server. And just to confirm, as you can see there, I'm going to state that I'm not going to show you the server I'm using, more than the fact that I don't want Wizards to shut this one down. Google it and you may as well find it yourself, so I'm not going to bother telling you either. Anyway, we'll log in now. Are we logging in? Yes, we're logged in. Right, server. I will keep looking at my recordings on cam options, but on the cam thing, because this one was the better one for me, because this was one that we actually recorded longer than 15 minutes, because I have a screen record, but that failed, so we'll do it this way. Create modern accidentally pressed 4 modern recorded. By the way, another thing, if I get anything said wrong, please don't blame me. I can only do this once. Blah blah blah. Anyway, let's start this. Well, right now I'll be loading up Modern Deck. There is some that you can see here, just some fun ones or some boring ones, but still some here. Anyway, oh yeah, I've also made a self sideboard. With free recalls, mind break traps, and Pongify and rapid hydration, just because I needed to fill up the sideboard. Declare and Noughts, because they are quite good against some decks, as I think Ratchet Bomb and Vidin Shackles. Now, even though I'm running two main board, I'm running two inside, just in case I need to. But this current time, I don't think it is a matter with the sideboard. The sideboard is just something I chucked together because they were all good cards. Well, it looks like we're going to be waiting. Anyway, I would like to talk about this deck while looking at it. Not looking at it. When we're looking in mod, when we're looking into actually Cockatrice, as you can see, I changed some of the deck as well. We've given it 2 fetch lands of each because I do actually own them. Now, as you can also see, I put in some special man leak images, the promos. I put Pongify as a new art. Ether is my own concoction of Ether that someone's made an art of it, and I've changed it. Also, Phantasmal Image is simple to do. Look at the image you want, copy the image you want to save, and paste it with exactly the same name as the original, and it should work. Alright, we've got a customer. His name is River C, if we ever do this. I just said hi to him. I'm just saying, how are you? Because I don't want to show you where this is. Okay, right. Right. He rolled a 1. I roll a 16. We'll play. In this deck, you would like to play most of the time, hoping to get the Ether Vial out on turn 1. This is actually the best hand I've seen so far in this game. Even though it's 1 land, we will see what happens. Right, so we'll go straight to main phase 1. Right, we'll play Cavernous Souls. With Sedimentation of Illusion. And we'll tap it to not play an illusion, but play Ether Vial. And then I'll end my turn. Now, even though you can't see it, I can. I'll tell you now, this isn't going to be one of them games where it's going to be a counter war, even though I'm going against a Copperline Gorge. I'm going to save a word because you can't see the images that I'm saying on Cavernous Souls and everything. Okay, untap, draw. I'll draw a card. Right. Okay, that is very useful. I accidentally forgot about that. I'll see if he doesn't mind or minds, because if he does, then I'm in a little bit of trouble, but not much. I play a Mutavault. Now, people might moan at me because I did that, but it looks like he hasn't mind. I think I end my turn because he has no war. I have no problem. Copperline Gorge doesn't really ring about. Ah, it's that deck. Okay. Well, this deck looks like it's one that's very frequent because I actually had a recording beforehand of this video and my internet connection went. Right, so we had 2 cycles, a Dreadshot Materia and a Street Wrath. Cycling is, you literally pay its cycling cost to discard it and draw a card. It's useful, but the problem with this deck is this deck can deal with it, but it needs to not undercommit. It needs to overcommit. So when he tries to redo everything, apparently that's what's been happening with this, that I can do it. At the end of turn, I will put my Phantasmal Bear on the battlefield, giving me a haste on Phantasmal Bear. I untap my permanents, I upkeep, I draw. Go back to the upkeep because I'm obviously going to do that, and then draw my card. Still no lands, which is a bit dangerous because I've got 2 non-basics, and I know the deck runs destroy target non-basic land in a creature form. But it looks like I'm safe to go Lord Unreal and Phantasmal Image. Now I've put that in the spells to say, is it okay to him? Because I don't know if that's okay, because he could try to remove the Lord Unreal right now. Because I don't know what remover this deck has. I might look into this deck in the future. And see what happens. Right, I'll clone that. That's another thing, I can actually see what I'm cloning and everything attached to the Phantasmal Image. Right, so the Phantasmal... unattach. Right, now I'll make this into its 4 that it should be. Phantasmal Bear also becomes a 4, which I can control the attack because I like to. When I declare attackers, I attack with the bear. Now, unless he combos off this turn, I should have a pretty good feel. What is it going to do? It's going to cycle the spider, which the spider, if he could ever play it, is very useful. Jungle Weevil, just a reach cycle card for 2 colourless mana. Sadly, I can't show the images because I don't want to show us speaking, because also that's a bit tailless. Right, okay, he's trying now. I see why. Okay, so his exile zone I'm putting in the middle because that's how he's doing it. This one actually is better because the other guy just put it on the field. This I like. Okay, this actually has a Jund Charm and a Kinction Thinks. Okay, there's the Living Death that I knew would appear. What you need to do is make him... Okay, so... Yeah, I was about to say, that doesn't come in the battlefield. Right, there's a 5/6 and a 3/4. Now, because there's no creature with flying, it won't matter. However, this deck is really hard to beat. Now, it's done this because you've got the problem that he's now wrapped your board. I finally draw an island. Best I've got is to go tap the illusion or the island. I think it really doesn't matter, but I'll go for the illusion. Oh no, it definitely needs to be the illusion. And put Jace's Phantasmal in my thing, because the graveyard is going to get humongous. So putting that there is actually pretty strong and nice. Now this is maybe where Pongify and other ones are better than return spells, because in this sense we're going against a 5/6. If I return that to his hand, he can cycle it and then try to get it back. But if I Pongify it, it would mean he would have a 3/3 left. And not in his hand, so he can't get card advantage back from Jungle Weaver. I'm giving him a 2-for-1. That's not right. There's the cycle thing. But the point is, I'm going to have to end my turn here because there's nothing else I can do. It's really dangerous and flimsy, but I'm pretty sure I can win this by just going Mindbreak Trap. That's in my sideboard. As you saw, I added a sideboard. I don't know how long this video's gone because I can't actually see, and I will take 11, so that will put me down to 9. So if I don't win next turn, I'm in big trouble. But with 1, 2, 3, ooh, untap, upkeep, draw. Okay, so I've drawn a counter spell, which is absolutely useless because it's double blue and it's a bit too late because his combo's already happened. The best I've got is another is this. And well, I could like try to win by attacking with the Jace's Phantasmal that you can see. Just gonna say thinking. This deck is really hard when your opponent's just done this, because you're aggro. Aggro doesn't like this. It's maybe a weakness to the deck. I will be explaining about weaknesses next week, but this is late evening of Saturday that I'm recording this, so, and I'll be doing some in the morning, but I wouldn't know what they'll be, so don't quote me on anything I say now. Well, because it's instant, I will just I'll declare attackers and hit him for 1. I might be able to deal 10, but I most probably won't be able to deal. I will be maybe able to deal 10. Let's see what he's going to do. So he's blacking. He's going to cycle Will. And he's also cycled the other spider that they get, which is a search spider. It allows you to search for a forest or plains. Suggestion, if you can, it's actually not too bad as a mana fixing in EDH. Weak mana fixing, but still mana fixing nevertheless. Puts into your hand, but it does mean you can search for shocklands if ever needed. But it just goes for the Copperline Gorge, which enters tap, I'll just say that. Right, I just sent enters tapped. Right, so he's tapping technically 3. Just trying to hint to him that it enters tap. Right. Now what I could do is block the 3/5. I think the best I'm going to do is Pongify the Weavile. This might be a bad thing, you might be thinking it's bad, but against this matchup, I really need to stop the matchup. Stop the big creatures, and if I can get enough of them, and I'm going to lose. I've lost this already, but it's just I can put them down to enough. I just maybe there's 6 cards in his graveyard. The deck is really flimsy in the sense. Oh joy! I'm just gonna ask going to. I'm gonna give up there because there's so many I did not want an island at that time. Just gonna say some. I'm just saying the deck was being a bit of a pain because it just didn't give me a counter spell early enough, because the deck is mixed. The deck is mixed with counter spells and creatures, so you don't really want a handful of creatures, but you don't want a handful of creatures. He said sure to game 2. I'm going to concede because obviously that's me. Just so I'm sorry about it. It's going to be his last one because he's got to eat lunch, apparently. I would like to point this out. He will like to do the sideboard. This is where Declaring Nox comes in, because what you do is you name their living end and then they're locked out for good. For 2 blue mana and then blue continuously, it's awesome. Reminding it back to their hand is also very good. But the Pongify and the Rapid Hydration is not good, because even though it's removal, it's very weak removal. You might also want to cut Familiar's Rouge, because if they're going to keep raffing your board, you're not going to get creatures in the graveyard. You can't play Mindbreak Trap, because now I'm thinking of it, they only ever cast 2 spells. Ratchet Bomb is a bit risky. The Verdin Shackles is quite good, but because this is a matchup I'm testing against, really, because I've never seen this matchup properly, I'm going to keep it at that, just running them. I'm going to shuffle my library, and I'll just say I will play. And I'm going to look at my hand right now. This is actually going to be one of my hardest hands to play with, so I'm going to mulligan. Now I've got blue Alright, this is not the greatest, but I'll keep. Also, you might be noticing Cavern of Souls is my normal first turn. You want to get that out as soon as you can, because as soon as you got that out, your opponents can't really do what you do next. In this deck, it really does matter because they can blow it up by paying 3 mana, but that's in mid game. If you don't play it mid game, then you're safe. I have considered splashing black, red, and other colours into it, but it looks like the strongest is white because of Path, but the deck really becomes weakened because of the case. At this current time, the best thing is Phantasmal Bear again. Just one thing though about this. I've had a bad trouble because I've just milled down to 5, which some people might not have seen. But you might see my hand size going down low, low, low. But in this sense, I needed to hit one of my enchantments to be safe, and I didn't. So I'm going to be in a little bit of trouble if the case happens to be they combo off without me having a count spell. But if I can find... just untap them normally. I'll keep draw. Right, I'm going to draw a card, and it... okay. Right, now I'm going to look through the library. And search for an island. And then what I'm going to do is cast Lord of Unreal. I know this is most probably stupid. Oh. But it's the best I've got. Sorry about that. Right, we'll attack for the 6. Yeah, I'm just going to talk to the guy a little bit. Question, would you like... Okay, so he's gone for Living End, obviously. Because he has 4 creatures, I'm pretty much have lost this. Because of the sense... If you're on tomorrow... Right, I'm going to add him as a buddy. Right, now I've added him as buddy and hope that works. Now, really, there's nothing I can draw. Okay, that's something I never thought of thinking. Right, we'll send... Okay, well, okay, something about that might be actually noticeable. That he added an artifact maybe to use against eggs. Now, eggs, for people who don't know out there, it's just crazy. But the case is, it locks all mana abilities out for colourless mana. And, well, this deck does run its Vivifars and its Redinian Shackles, so doing that might have been the smartest thing if I ever got to them.